Welcome, Film Debris fans. Today's topic is top movie sidekicks, and this one just makes me so happy that I have him here. He's my companion and my friend, and then, well, I don't have a volleyball, but I just have this, so I'm using this as my number one. First pick is Castaway from 2000. Cool. Tom Hanks in Castaway, directed by Robert Zemeckis in the year 2000, about this guy who gets casted away, stranded on an island. It also has Helen Hunt. He was the girlfriend at the time, and he just wants to go back and see her again, but he can't because he's on this island. So he does have a volleyball named Wilson, and Wilson is one of the best inanimate object actors I think I've ever seen. So he's there, and he has no one to talk to, but it's Tom Hanks, and the emotion he's able to put in and take out of that volleyball, just with the shots just on the volleyball's face, it's like the audience is just imagining what the volleyball is thinking.
Yeah, I know you. I know you. I know you. So, we okay? Okay?
Through Tom Hanks' emotional reactions. Castaway, 2000, I definitely recommend it. My first pick for movie sidekicks.
So my first pick would have to be Bumblebee from Transformers. Bumblebee would be anyone's or any kid's best friend as a sidekick. I mean, he was a dope car after he scanned the new Camaro or whatever, but he was a dope looking car and he can kick some ass too. I mean, he would pull out his guns. He wasn't the biggest robot or the biggest Autobot and had all the biggest guns, but you knew that if he was defending you that you would probably be pretty safe. And that leaves a good feeling for me. So, I have to say Bumblebee would be my first pick.
The first movie I'm going to mention for sidekicks in movies is going to be the character of Huggy Bear, played by Snoop Dogg, aka Snoop Lion, in Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, no, man. You know Huggy Bear wouldn't wear that, man. Y'all gonna have to come with something better than that. Y'all got to take that shit back to Florida. That ain't me, baby.
Mr. Casual, so nice of you to join us.
Starring Owen Wilson, Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jason Bateman, and more importantly, Snoop Dogg. His character, Huggy Bear, was just this cool guy that was just in the clubs or whatever, and he had all the dirt on the criminals in the area or whatever, and Starsky and Hutch would ask him about certain things, and he would give them tips on certain people, and they would bust them for that. And Snoop Dogg just played an important role in Huggy Bear because that's where they got all their crime leads from. And they had Don Cheadle and Chris Rock considered to play Huggy Bear, but I don't think Huggy Bear would have been Huggy Bear if it wasn't Snoop Dogg. Because Snoop Dogg gave this pimp status type of feel to him where it's like, man, this guy's cool, I want to be his homie. And he just makes Huggy Bear just that cool character, and makes the movie even funnier. Todd Phillips, the director, he also directed Old School, Road Trip, The Hangovers, so he's involved in a lot of funny movies, and this is one of those funny movies. But you guys should really check it out. Starsky and Hutch, starring Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion, Sidekick Movies, 2004.
The next movie I'm going to talk about is A Little Robin Hood Men in Tights, 1993, Mel Brooks. He's the father of Max Brooks, who wrote the book The World War Z. He also did the Zombie Survival Guide. This one, you got your Cary Elwes, very, very funny performance. I know a lot of people don't like it, don't think it's his Mel Brooks' best movie, but I think it was my introduction to Mel Brooks. That's why I like it so much. And what I'm going to talk about is the Dave Chappelle role. Achoo, bless me, excuse me. He was the sidekick of Cary Elwes, his Robin Hood character, and I think it was the first time we really got to see Dave Chappelle, and his humor is there right off the bat. He's jumping across the river and showing you what side he's on, and he's pumping up his shoes, and there's some good jokes in there too, not just the ones I said. It's very funny. I I think the whole cast is pretty good in this. Richard Lewis, you even got Mel Brooks, of course, I think, and you got a little cameo by Patrick Stewart, Tracy Ullman, Dom DeLuise, it goes on and on. Robin Hood, Men in Tights, 1993. Dave Chappelle, yeah, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Number 2.
So my next pick would have to be Ronnie from the 2007 movie Disturbia. Ronnie was played by Aaron Yu, and I liked him as a sidekick or a supporting actor because he was just enough not to disrupt the movie. He wasn't completely overshining the main character or the leading man and the leading lady, but he wasn't completely washed out either. He has a lot of funny points in this movie, like when he comes to visit Kale in the house after he's been on house arrest for maybe a month or so. Obviously, this guy's got some problems. He's built a whole pyramid of Twinkies, and he's like, it's the Leaning Tower of Twinkies. He also throws a few punches at Kel while he's trying to flirt with Ashley and, try to get at his neighbor, but he doesn't do too much. That's what I like about him too much, is he does just enough to where he stands out, but he doesn't do too much to where he's completely just the ass in the movie. So my second pick would be Aaron Yu for Ronnie in Disturbia.
And the next movie of mention for sidekick roles is Mushu, played by Eddie Murphy in the movie Mulan. Disney did a really good job with producing this. It was funny. It's about the story of a young girl in China who her father is getting of age where he can't participate in the war anymore against the Huns, and he tries to suit up, but he can't. Mulan feels bad for her dad, takes up his suit, and goes to war dressed up as a guy, and tries to fool the army that she can do all these things. And Mushu is this disgraced dragon of the ancestors, and the ancestors go and say, hey, Mushu, you need to get Mulan back over here. He's trying to stop her from going to this war. In turn, he ends up going along with her because she was like, nope, I'm going. So he's following her in this journey to save the world or save China from these Huns. It's just hilarious how he just comes up with these comments and all these little things, and Eddie Murphy just hilarious in himself. To put this character to life was just hilarious. You should really check it out. It's got a good story behind it. But my pick would be Eddie Murphy, Mushu, sidekick roles. Check it out.
All right, and my number one pick for best sidekicks has to be, it's pretty easily to say, has to be Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings, 2001 through 2003.
I made a promise, Mr. Frodo. A promise. Don't you leave him, Samwise Gamgee. And I don't mean to.
Sam is the quintessential sidekick. He's there for Frodo, but not only is he next to Frodo, he's, the person who's driving Frodo and keeping Frodo keep going. He's got the ring, of course, and he's trying to trudge through this whole thing, and he's dealing with the demons and all the things he has to go through, and Sam can't fully understand it, but he knows that he's his friend, and he's just got to be there to sidekick him up that mountain. Lord of the Rings, what can I say? Peter Jackson directed this, and now you got The Hobbit going on. Sam is probably a better sidekick than any of those little dwarfs, but definitely, easily, Sam, best sidekick of my list, and it should be these other guys' lists.
The number one movie that I'm going to pick for sidekicks in movies is the character Ted in the movie Memento, played by Joe Pantoliano. He's also famous for Bad Boys and The Sopranos and The Matrix. But this movie, he did a really good job. It's also starring Guy Pearce and Carrie-Anne Moss. It's a story of Guy Pearce. He's played as Leonard. He has a short-term memory loss, and he's trying to put his life back together, and Teddy is trying to get him out of town because of whatever went wrong, and he's trying to help him out and kind of bugging him or whatnot. But I can't give too much information on Teddy at the moment. You'd have to actually watch the movie to find out, because I could spoil it for you. I don't want to do that. But Memento is just really crazy. It's directed by Christopher Nolan, and when Christopher Nolan's involved, you're gonna get a twist or two. Well, I think this is one of his most twisted movies out there right now. So you definitely have to pay attention. Don't blink, because if you do, you're gonna miss something. You got to make sure you have your full attention on this movie. But it's really good. Teddy just has this interesting way of performing on the film. But nevertheless, it's really good. You should check it out. Memento 2000, directed by Christopher Nolan.
And my number one pick, top favorite pick for Sidekicks would have to be Hit Girl from Kick-Ass. What makes this girl so awesome is when we're first introduced to her, she's going through training. You see this simple girl, oh, you feel so heartfelt for her. She's got like, she should be holding a teddy bear, playing with her nail. No, she's getting shot in the chest with like a Glock.
You're gonna be fine, baby doll.
If there was a Hit Girl movie, I want to see that. As a matter of fact, I should have said that for my comic book movies that I would like to see. Hit Girl, give me a Hit Girl movie. Hit Girl for president. So these were our top 3 picks for Sidekicks. Let us know what your picks are. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments down there, good, bad, or ugly, whatever. We probably won't even read them. I'm just playing with you. We'll read them and then cry about them later. Follow us on Twitter at MasterSide, at Film Debris, at Your Boy Concepts, at JesseAV88. Look us up. Follow us. Tweet us, retweet, favorite, all of that. And just, come back, because we got more stuff for you. We got better episodes, we're getting better, we're looking better, we're taking better care of ourselves, and you're going to see a whole lot of sexy chocolateness. I contribute that much. Alright, so check back next week.